Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one. So today we're gonna look at Dr. Maurice Wolin is his name, and it's funny because this when they started showing TCAP a lot on TV, I remember back in college they would have like a Sunday TCAP marathon, right? So from like noon to like about 8 p.m. they would just have all the TCAPs, like all of them, just different episodes and running. And I always like when this moron showed up on here because I would always be at my house and I was the one that had all like the hangout spot, right? And we always had to watch TCAP on Sundays. And for people who are new to the show, I think that they still believe this stereotype that, you know, a guy that wants to diddle kids looks a certain way or has like a certain job. So I always like when this dude came on because he's a doctor, he doesn't seem like the typical, pedo type guy, right? So I remember watching this particular segment, and my friends would just be shocked, like, "Oh, I can't believe he as a doctor would." And we all know, guys, there is no. It doesn't matter what your race, color, creed, whatever. It doesn't matter what you look like. So yeah. So I have this chat log. It's interesting that he kept through like two different decoys back and forth, and the decoy was took over for another decoy under a different name. So he started out talking to one 13-year-old girl, then went to another one. And so, yeah, there's a typical, oh, yeah, you're so hot, blah, blah, blah. But the thing that stands out to me the most is like, first of all, he lies about his age, right? So he says he's like 29 or something, and he's so not. I mean, look at this guy. He's 49, and then he says he's 29. So it's like, do you really think that a person of any age can't tell if you were to show up that your age is not what you think it is? And then he goes in about his car. He's like, "Yeah, I have a fast car. Yeah, right." And he's like, "Yeah, I have a. Here you go." She goes, "Uh, do you like convertibles?" And she's like, "I wish I had pics. Yes, I do. I have one. What kind? A Mercedes SL 550, and I used to have a Porsche." It's like, really, dude? Come on. And then she's like, "You must make a lot of money. I should take you sometime." She says, "That'd be cool. Do you date older guys?" So, and then he gets into all the typical grooming language here. And then he starts talking about his car again. "Yeah, so you like fast cars too?" "Yeah, I do. Mine is fast, Willow." She's like, "How fast is it?" "It's 350 horsepower." "Yeah." She's like, "That's fast? How fast does it go?" "It's limited to 180, I think. We'll go fast if you want." It's like, yeah, you have to impress her with your fast car there, guy. What a moron. So then, I guess they made plans to meet, and he was supposed to come over another time, but he didn't. And the decoy thinks that he got he got scared and he turned around. So the decoy sends him a message at that particular time and says, "You stood me up." And then he messages her back. So this was, yeah. So he was supposed to come that night. And he didn't do it. And this is, yeah. So she says, "I'm so sorry." So what happened? "Babe, I couldn't do it. You're too young. I wish I could see you." So he knows that what he's doing is wrong, right? And he even chickened out. He says, "I chickened out. I'm sorry." And then he still ends up going. What a knucklehead. So, guys, read this chat log. I mean, it's pretty long, But, I mean, to put yourself in the minds of these total knuckleheads, that they know what they're doing is wrong. And oftentimes they're talking to these decoys for days. There's some of them who are talking to the decoys for weeks, right? And then they end up going over to the house. But let's just jump into this. So Maurice, he's a cancer researcher, right? And, he's pretty successful. And his wife is a doctor too. And they have kids. So, and apparently he just passed away. So, I'm not going to say RIP because you're a piece of trash. So, and thanks to Jay Refner for posting this. Yeah, 2021.
Oh man, I wasn't doing anything.
Get his keys.
I wasn't doing anything.
Oh my God.
This guy's coming in. That could be the doctor.
So he's from the Bay Area. He's a cancer research doctor. He's like some director. So you know that this guy makes quite a bit of cash, you know. But do you just pull up in a Subaru Forester? What happened to your SL500 there, Mr. Big Baller guy?
Go to Mark 3. Have him come towards you.
Hey, you made it. Come on back.
You were so sweet.
Good, how are you?
This man is 48 years old, married, and a prominent San Francisco physician. It's hard to believe that someone of his stature would show up to meet a girl who said she was 13.
Is it really hard to believe, Chris? Is it really?
And then follow her into the backyard where she invites him to go in her hot tub.
Pour me a drink. I'm actually going to put on my suit so maybe we can get in the hot tub.
And look at that stupid grin on his face. He was like, "Oh, I was so scared, but Maurice, see, it was all in your head. See, I didn't have anything to worry about."
It's all warm.
I wonder if there's actually alcohol in that margarita.
Met the girl online 3 days earlier. The girl was really a perverted justice decoy pretending to be 13. Using the screen name Tall Dreamy Doc, he lies and says he's 29. Remember, he's really...
I wonder why he settled on 29, right? Because, like, any person that's 13, even 17 or 18, if you're... He's 49. He could have said that he's like 39 or something, and maybe that would have been more believable. But 29? Dude, man. I mean, guys, look, my hairline's been in retreat since I was like 32 or something. So I'm bald, but I had hair when I was 29. So come on, man. You got the old cul-de-sac in the front, you know? You're not 29.
48. He asks the girl, "What bra size do you wear?" She says 30B, but it's kind of big on me right now. I'm still growing. He replies, "I will kiss them." He goes into graphic detail about giving and
Did the narrator guy like have the day off or something? Because it's just weird hearing Chris Hansen do the voiceover, you know?
receiving oral sex, and later says, "I'm horny for you," and asks her to masturbate while thinking of him. He tells her several times he could get into trouble, but it isn't enough to stop him from coming over and helping himself to a drink.
Thanks for adding the sound effects, man.
So where are you coming from?
San Francisco.
So he just pours it back in, and he's looking for a napkin. What a knucklehead.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, so there probably was a lot of traffic, huh?
Smooth move there, dude. That'll, help you get what you want. Spill everything everywhere.
You have a towel there.
As the doctor looks for a towel,
Chris
spots
Hansen.
Dateline's camera crew.
And here's the thing about it. What did you think was going to happen? He think he was going to do the meep meep Roadrunner and just take off, jump in the old Subaru Forester, and that was just it? I mean, what? I guess this is the whole fight or flight thing, so maybe he wasn't thinking at all, so I don't know.
I gotta take off. Sir? I need to talk to you for a minute.
He runs, but he doesn't get very far.
He has guns pointed at him and everything, dude. Like, What did the sunglasses do, man? Like, they didn't do anything to you. And he's lucky that they didn't tase him, because that's like an aggressive action. You know? So they would have been well within their rights to take him down, tase him, pepper spray him, give him the beating he deserves, you know?
Get his keys.
I wasn't doing anything. Oh man, I wasn't doing anything.
Dude, and the thing about this guy is, imagine, I watched a documentary on these pill mill doctors that like have their business, but they basically opened up a pain clinic to just sell Oxycontin, you know? So they're making all these millions and millions, and then they get caught. Well, I mean, first of all, that's wrong, right? But it takes a lot of effort to go through medical school, and you're going to throw it away because you're greedy. You make a stupid decision. And this is the same thing. This guy went to medical school. He did all this other stuff, and he was so dumb. He's such a moron. He's such a horn dog that he threw it away trying to get a 13-year-old. You deserve everything you get. What a piece of trash.
Get his keys.
And like all the other men caught in this investigation, from used car salesmen to engineers to Marines, he goes through the same procedure. First stop.
They use zip ties. Oh, well, there's still the one-size-fits-all.
The booking station.
What am I being booked for? We'll explain all that to you. Can I call my wife?
You can do that after the booking procedure.
The police ask routine personal questions, but the doctor appears distracted. Nothing's sinking in.
You're going to talk to a detective and just...
Yeah, I explained that to him already. He's just not, he's failing to...
I'm not failing. I'm just really scared. Nothing to be scared about.
Now, the thing is he's all like, oh, I'm not going to talk, blah, 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 which I guess in the short term was good for him. Because, guys, the police say that they're there to help you, but anything that you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. And he really did drag his trial out. It went on for a long time, a really long time. And they suspended his medical license. And then he was doing some type of work for some company in like Singapore for a little while. Then he pleaded no contest after all of that.
There's nothing to be scared about?
No.
I'm somebody who has never done anything in my life besides a traffic ticket, and you wouldn't be scared?
You're in some trouble, obviously.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in big trouble, and I feel like I made maybe a mistake, but I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you just showed up to a house with that big goofy grin on your face. And you spilled the margarita too. I mean, that's just a crime.
He's Dr. Maurice Wolin, head of clinical research and medical affairs for a pharmaceutical company. And he's not happy about seeing our cameras.
Those are zip ties, Maurice.
I'm here in handcuffs. I have pictures being taken of me left and right. I don't know what I'm being accused of.
He's then taken in for questioning by Detective Steve Nelson of the Petaluma Police Department.
First thing I'm going to do is explain to you your Miranda rights, okay? Okay. You have the right to remain silent.
At first, the doctor agrees to talk.
Someone once asked you why a lot of people have the card, or like they have the Miranda rights written down, and that's because if they read them to you wrong, then that can help your case for like for as far as them prosecuting you, because it's really important that they read you your Miranda rights. Like if they get the word wrong, if they that's really, really bad for law enforcement. So that's why you see a lot of cops will have a card or whatever and read it verbatim off the card.
So, I'd like to talk about what happened today, okay?
But he quickly changes his mind.
What screen name do you use?
I really need to have an attorney present.
Okay.
That seems like the smartest thing that you did all day, Maurice.
Okay.
But despite asking for an attorney, he chooses to keep talking.
You asked to talk to an attorney. Max with her.
She begged me to come. And I know that doesn't make it right.
Oh, what happened? Hold on, guys. Here we go.
But
Let's go back.
And you expect me to believe that? After you talk about having
There we go.
That was not appropriate, Officer Nelson. I shouldn't have talked to her. Right. I wasn't going to do anything.
So you drove 40 minutes from Piedmont to meet a 13-year-old. That nothing would have happened.
Sure you did.
And you expect me to believe that? After you talk.
And here's the thing. When you lawyer up, like, you can't go back and forth, right? And you'll see this cop go, look, man, you're either going to talk to me or you're not. And that's because anything that, if he wants to lawyer up and he keeps talking, then it's like the cops can't use that against him because he's not having his lawyer present. You see, they can only do that if he waives his right to an attorney.
Talk about having different sexual acts with her.
She begged me to come. And I know that doesn't make it right, but...
Moron.
All right, the time's approximately 14:38. I'm going to conclude the interview.
Can I call my mom?
I'll walk you over to the trailer.
Once he's taken out of the interrogation room, an officer dials the doctor's wife and hands him the...
Imagine how this phone call went. Like, imagine if there was a transcript of the phone call to his wife and you could actually hear or, like, read what his wife said. Or, like, how he explained this to his wife. Or if they could get footage of the police station when his wife came. Oh, I would kill for that.
Phone.
Honey, I'm in big trouble. I'll explain. You have to bail me out of the Sonoma County Jail. $30,000 check.
$30,000. And then this is how, like, this is how much money that they have. He just said, bring the checkbook and I'll write a check for 30 grand. That's crazy.
It was a sting operation. I'll explain it to you when you're here. Don't bring the girls. I didn't do anything, but I did something stupid.
Wait. You didn't do anything, but you did something stupid. How does that track there, doctor?
Men in this investigation were charged with attempted lewd acts involving children. All the pleas so far have been not guilty. It's going to be a while before their cases are decided.
So they're saying this is how... Ooh, well, guys, it looks like, even I didn't know this. Look at that. So a lot of people don't know that his wife actually stuck by him for a while, like a long while, and then they ended up splitting up. And then I actually think that they got back together for a little bit. And some people might ask, like, why? Like, why would the wife stay with him? It's like, well, some people build a whole life together, like they have kids and stuff, and some women, they'll just stick it out. Like, I don't know why they would, but or some people think that their spouse is just not guilty. Like, their spouse can just gaslight them and say, oh no, my husband's being railroaded, blah blah blah. So I mean, I don't blame her, I guess, but at the same time, come on, And looking at this report here, it looks like he deleted himself and is at his own home. Wow, this is news to me, man. Wow. Look at that. At his own home. Wow. It's unfortunate, but at the same time, you play stupid games and you win stupid prizes. It's playing another one bites the dust. Oh, guys, man, I just don't get people who are lawyers, doctors, like military people, firefighters, anyone that, especially higher ranked, anyone that's worked a lifetime to build a career at something. So like, a doctor had to go to medical school for all these years. A lawyer had to go to law school. A captain in the army has had to basically go to build his whole career, or her whole career. And then you just throw it away on something so stupid because you're a moron, And guys, this is just an example. You never know. It doesn't matter what a person's job is, what they look like, or whatever. Anyone can be a pervert. You know what I mean? So, all right, you guys. This is AJ. You know, you guys are the best. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.